Hey guys, good afternoon. Well, it is where I am. Good evening to others, and probably good morning to other people. It's quite interesting, to be honest, because I'm in a place in Thailand, and I like the area. If it didn't have any hills, I wouldn't be here. I like oceans, so I'm ticking quite a few boxes. And it's got a good social aspect to it here. And where I'm staying, the areas, like there's some nice nature here, and it's cheap where I'm staying, so it's affordable. I'm not one to be staying in fancy complexes. That's not my cup of tea as such. I can put my foot off outside my door straight onto the beautiful earth. And I've got garden right at the front of my doorstep. But I've just noticed though, like back in Australia, I love northern New South Wales. That's where I'm born, and I'm very fortunate to actually love where I'm born. I don't spend all my years there, or like the whole year round, but I love it also because the frequency, the energy. It's not a busy place. Give an example, Gold Coast and that, couldn't live there. Anyone who does and you're happy, I'm happy for you, but it's not my cup of tea. I don't mind running in Brisbane or Sydney for a couple of days, 2-3 days, and that's it. So, but I've noticed here, all the beautiful back roads here, or it's not a road, it's a street, that comes to dead ends. And being in Asia, I'm not in Bangkok or anything like that. It's obviously busy. It's very populated. So the main roads out of here and the main stuff, it's too busy, and it's too much pollution and too noisy. And the only positive thing I love about it is I can run with nothing, just some cash or my phone and key card sort of thing. And every 300 meters, there's a place I can buy a cold drink or a cold beer or whatever, you know what I mean? There's food everywhere. Where Australia, I got to run like 20 kilometers just to, get a drink. And that's on the East Coast, more from, like Sunshine Coast down. Anywhere north, you're obviously stretching up to 100 kilometers before you can get a cold drink. So then I'm going to take my big ass trolley and I'm running on the Pacific Highway. So, yeah, I've noticed back in Australia, I just tend to do a lot more running. So obviously, just a lot more running. I don't have my running trolley here. Obviously a lot more hotter here. So here it's virtually like North Queensland, Northern Territory, or Australia in general through December, January. Over here it's like this all year round. So you have to get up at 4, 5 a.m. if you want to get in some miles under your belt. But anyway, and just noise. There's some places in Australia you can escape to go get away from the noise. And I'm sure here, I'm just giving an example like Byron Bay, you can go a couple of streets away and there's no noise. Where here, I'm going to have to go 50 kilometres away out into a rural area to get away from the noise, but then you don't have any form of social aspect to it. So there's one thing being in a village here in remote areas, but and I find this in France and Europe and other places outside of English-speaking countries. Like when you're chatting to a good friend or a stranger that understands you quite well, what you're getting at, you can then throw in your personality and character a lot more with the way you put things and spin it a bit, and it just, I like to make people laugh. So I have a way of doing that. Where here, you can tend to find yourself in places where you're just like looking around and just going, Ah, well. I got a good sense of humour, you know, like a good imagination anyway, so you got to kind of create your own entertainment. So yeah, after a while it gets a little bit boring in that sense, and with my running side of it, I want my running to impact people, inspire people, and the world around me, not just through this fucking phone, to be honest. So where Australia, I have that because I've done 10, 20 years of running over that way. Doesn't matter where I go, I can go into a town, I'm passing through town for just 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and stop somewhere and someone knows me, go, hey, you're that guy. So that's always nice to say I've planted, you know, millions of seeds in people's minds in Australia, and I you know, I'm still yet to hear anybody go, oh bro, you inspired me with my runner, man. But it's the kids. Hopefully the kids will remember me for years to come and get them running. Anyway, on my little barefoot journey. Now, the beautiful thing about here too, guys, is I can go to the pub here, no shoes, no worries. There's a dude in here the other day, no shirt on, in the pub. Like, I love that shit. You can smoke inside the pub. I love that shit. You know, just no Karens, you know what I mean? And that's priceless. Alright, and the beers are cheap. Food's cheap. If you're not happy with the price here in Thailand, go to Vietnam. It's even twice as cheap there, so yeah. But I mean, this pub here is a pretty well Australian pub. It's got bloody NRL and AFL and rugby on, and yeah. So you're not missing out on your football. Any of you old Australians who want to come over here and retire, yeah, it's got it all happening. They've relaxed the laws here of marijuana and shit here, so there's fitness everywhere. Anyway, catch you guys later.